welcome to the Brooklyn Public Library's Growing Dollars and Cents Teen Workshops. Today we're going to be talking all about money, how to make it, how to manage it, and how to save it just for you. In today's topics, we'll go over banking basics, we'll learn how to write a check and how to balance our checkbook register, we'll go over understanding credit and debt, we'll learn when is the best time to use credit and what are the smartest ways to pay off our debt. And then we'll go over some budgeting and smart shopping tips. I'm your facilitator, Tishelle George, founder and president of Mind Your Money, and I'm happy to work with you. All right, welcome back to the Brooklyn Public Library's Growing Dollars and Cents Teen Workshops. In today's topic, we're going to discuss banking basics. How many of you have a bank account? Anyone? Well, getting a bank account is the very first step to financial independence. One of the types of accounts that you can get is a checking account. When you get a checking account, you get your very own checks. This is your money. You can do whatever it is that you want to do with them. You can write your check by however much you want, just as long as you have enough money in your account to cover it. Today we'll go over the different parts of the check and how you go about writing the check. So at first you'll see this is where your name and address would appear on the check. Then you would write the date that you're writing the check. Next, where it says pay to the order of, that's where you're going to write the name of the person or the company that you're making the check out to. So remember, if you're making a check out to your mom, you're not going to write mommy on the check. You're going to write her full name because you can't cash the check with it saying mommy. Here in this box, you're going to write the amount of the check in numbers. Now when you start writing here, remember to write as close to the dollar sign as possible. Don't leave any space in between the dollar sign and your first number. The reason why is because you don't want to give anyone a chance to forge your check or make it out for more money or less than what you had originally intended. But just in case that does happen, there's another section here, this long line here followed by the words dollars, where you will write the amount of the check in words. Here's where you will spell out the amount of the check. Now, why do you think you have to write the amount of the check two different ways? Well, just to make sure, again, that no one forges your check and that if for some chance the bank representatives can't read your handwriting in terms of your numbers, they can read what you've written out here in words. The next part of the check is the memo. Now, the memo will come in handy later when you're balancing your checkbook register. You use this section of the check to write a reason why you have written the check. Think of the word memo sort of like memory or to remind you of the reason why you wrote that check. And then the last part here is this blank line, which doesn't look like very much, but this actually is one of the most important parts of the check because this is the signature line. This is where you will sign the check, and when you sign the check, that's called endorsing it, and that's what makes it a legal document. So are you ready to write some checks? All right, let's go. So who should we make our first check out to? All right, let's make our first check out to the Brooklyn Public Library. We can make a donation. And how much should our check to the library be? $5, $500, $20, how much do you think? 100? All right, let's say $100. All right, again, remember, start writing as close to the dollar sign as possible. And you're going to do 100 decimal point 00 for the cents. Oh, I forgot to put my G in here. All right, next step. Who remembers the next step? That's right, we're going to spell out the amount of the check in words. So here we're going to write $100. So we'll start here, 100. And here's what I like to do. So to take the place of the decimal point, I'll write the word and. And since there are no cents in this check that we're writing, I'll do this, 00 over 100. Now why do you think it's 00 over 100? Well, think about it. How many cents or pennies are there in a dollar? That's right, 100. And if we had some change here, well, here we have zero change. So this represents the amount of change that's coming out of the dollar. Now, if we were giving the library $100.50, how would our fraction here be different? That's right, it would be 50 over 100 to represent the 50 cents. You got it. All right, so why are we making out this check to the library? We're giving it to them. All right, so that's called a donation. So we'll write that here in the memo. And then the last part, remember the most important part, this is where we sign it. So this is where you will need to practice those wonderful signatures and autographs that you've been working on for the day when you become famous and start having to sign lots of checks. All right, excellent. Now we can do one more check together. All right, who should we make this check out to? Let's say, what about to our favorite store? We can make the check out to our favorite store. I don't know what your favorite store is, but you can just put it in here. Favorite store name. Remember to write the full name of the store. And how much money do you think we would be spending at our favorite store? Oh, now we're being super generous. Okay, so let's say we're going to spend $350.02 at our favorite store. All right, so again, we're going to spell it out here in words. 300. Remember your and to take the place of the decimal. 300 and. Oops, I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. Too quick with the and. It's actually 350 and 02 over 100. Okay, and then for the memo, the reason why we're giving this money to our favorite store is for a purchase. Maybe we bought something for ourselves. So we can put that in the memo, purchase, and then again we sign it. All right, fantastic. You just wrote your very first checks. Congratulations. All right, in our next step, we'll go over how to balance our checkbook register.